Hey, what's going on, everyone? Just finished another production session, and I wanted to kind of give a recap about that, especially because it's been a long time since I've been consistent with this and showing up for myself. Um, that's something that I wanted to go into the new year with. And now we're 19 days into the new year, and some people have fallen off on their New Year's resolutions, and I didn't want to be one of those people that makes a New Year's resolution or goal and doesn't set out to achieve it, especially because I felt like last year and the year before were almost like lost years for my production career. But that's the intention that I went into the new year with. And it took me 19 days to get to the point where I had my systems in place to ensure that I can actually follow through on achieving my goals. So, this project that I started on was really just about getting back into it. I'm not looking for perfection with this track. I'm not looking for it to sound a certain way. I haven't really finished a song consistently in probably a year plus. And so I didn't go into this song with a lot of constraints. I don't have a reference track for how I want this song to sound. I'm just trying to get into the flow of finishing music again. And that's one thing that I think is really important is that whether you have made a bunch of music in the past, like I have, I'm not even saying like I've made a whole lot of music throughout my career, but there are times where I've had more prolific years than others, and I've had some down years, and that's what I've been in the last couple of years. But as long as you can get back into your DAW, whether it's you're finishing one song a month or one song every week, as long as you keep up and keep a little bit of that momentum, then this dream never dies. This lifestyle never dies. You're still a producer. You're still an artist, and that's something that even though I'm telling it to you, and really this camera, it's something that I'm telling myself. A lot of the lost time that I had over the last couple of years was really a feeling of not failure, although failure was a part of it, but a fear of putting yourself out there, putting myself out there, exposing myself to the world, um, exposing my artist project to the world, and being comfortable with the results and the consequences that come with that. And it's weird because in all the years that I was making music before, when I felt as if I was getting to the point where my music could be ready to be commercially released or to be heard by uh, a receptive audience, I had no issue at all sharing my music, producing. I didn't feel as if I was um, getting closer and closer to the precipice, this pressure, even though it still was in my head to just constantly get better. There never was a real stake to it because it was all still a hobby. But now, as I've set up Neosonus, and for those who don't know, Neosonus, this YouTube channel, is a you could think of it as a creative operating system for music producers. Um, it's a record label in function and ability, but in practice, it's all about getting artists and producers into this state of mind and where they can be their creative best and setting up the right systems to help them achieve that. And so I spent all these years developing this, and I never officially internalized that this was a system or these systems I was building were not just for other producers, they were for myself. And it's because I'm just like everyone else. I've had my struggles with beat block being loop sick. And with this song, and I'm thinking I'm going to end up calling it, as I was working on it during the stream, I was thinking about a name and I was like, purpose could be a good name because it's not about how good the song is, the purpose, or maybe intent. Maybe I think I like intent, um, because it's not about, for me at least, how good the song is right now. I'm just trying to get a rhythm again. And the best way to get a rhythm again is to finish. You have to finish the song. You have to have intention behind it as well too, but you have to finish the song as well. That helps you get that snowball rolling again. And that's what I'm trying to do. So tomorrow I'm going to wake up really early and use that early creativity to, as well as a cup of coffee actually, to help inspire me and help me generate some ideas for. I think I said I was going to work on the drums for the kick and groove with the bass line, and then I was going to also work on the melody as well too. Um, I just want to channel something. I'm working in a mode that I don't typically work in, and it's going to be a little bit of a challenge. But I'm using this, the fact that there's going to be a challenge, to push me. If I've made songs before, and part of my decline in those down years was I was making music and I was taking the easy way out. Whenever I was running up against something that was challenging, instead of figuring out how to do it or finding alternative ways to do it or understanding that situation, that topic better, I would delete it. I would not finish the track because things were getting difficult, or I wouldn't finish the mix because things were getting difficult, and that just keeps building that graveyard on your hard drive. And I don't want that for 2026. I started out last year saying I didn't want that for 2025, and I might have had 4 finished tracks and over 50 projects that are unfinished. So that's not happening this year. That's all I want to say. Just quick word, quick reflection. Um, I'm excited to get back into everything. I'm excited to be able to share my journey again with you and to be able to help you all out as well too. That's all I got to say. See you tomorrow. Peace.